All right, we're gonna do a test drive of this 1982 280E. I just have been running some errands with this car today. I've stored this all winter for the owner with the intention of selling it this spring. And this is a gasoline-powered 123, which is really a pretty rare car because almost every car that Mercedes sold in 1982 in the United States, and offered for that matter, was a diesel. And the exception, I think, if I'm right, was the in 82 would have been a 380 SL and a 380 SE or SEL, I guess. But everything else pretty much was a diesel, although they had 123, you know, fuel injected 123s like this on regular gas. So neat car. The lady who brought it to me, her mother bought it new, and so it's been in the same family since it was new. And I really just, you know, over the winter I changed all the fuses, so all our windows work. The sunroof opens and closes just fine. Various other accessories. The car hasn't seen a whole lot of use in the past few years, but we've got service records going back about 20 years. But the last name on the little metal plate that originally came with the books and the manuals is the same last name of the woman who brought the car to me. So it's a one family owned car. It's got 128,260 miles, which she says are correct. Everything works in terms of odometer and speedometer. So I'm going to assume that it's a 128,000 mile car. You're not going to break any land speed records with it, but it's a great little drive around, run around car. There's an intermittent sort of squeal from behind the gauge cluster, which I have to imagine is the speedometer cable or odometer. But it really only happens up at high speeds, and it sort of comes and goes. This, because it's 1982, our speedometer only goes up to 85 miles an hour. But I've checked it against my my GPS speedometer on the phone, and it's reading true and correct, which is always nice because a lot of old cars that I drive are off a few miles per hour or more. HVAC system fires up in the automatic mode. This car does have air conditioning. I don't feel like it's blowing super cold at the moment, but they're good service records for air conditioning service and a bunch of big replacement parts there. So here's 60 miles an hour. There's no tachometer in this car. You've got the speedo in the middle, a big clock on the right side, and then your water temperature, oil, and fuel. The oil pressure is great. As soon as you turn the key, it goes right up to 3 and it stays there no matter what we're doing in the car. Our radio works. Old and crackly, of course, but we're going to kind of do the reverse of my usual test drive route. Maybe put a little, might be a little low in the air on the tires. A little squeal around the turn. Got one dash crack right here, unfortunately. Another little one over there. This car was, according to this lady who brought it in, said that it was at her parents' house or their family sort of vacation place on the Jersey Shore for most of its life. It was her mom's daily driver for a while, and then it was the car out at the vacation home on the Jersey Shore. But it does everything well. The brakes feel good. The suspension feels really nice. It's light blue poly, light blue metallic. It might be technically silver blue metallic. I'd have to look. I need to look at the color code. I just don't remember offhand. But like a lot of metallic Mercedes metallic paints from the 80s, it's a little, you know, checked. A little not as glossy and shiny as it once was. The interior in this car is blue leather, which again for a 123, leather was fairly rare because they almost all got MB Techs. So this is original blue leather. I need to really give it some leather food and really soak it down, and the next owner's probably going to want to regularly treat this interior. I don't think that it's been treated with leather conditioner too regularly over its life, but the seats are the original blue leather. Got all the books and manuals. It's really pretty cool, cool old machine. Really just needs to be taken out and driven. That's why I put some miles on it this morning. I'm gonna get on the brakes here real hard and see what that feels like. Let's let it shift up. Getting up there. We're gonna shift one more time. There we go. I'm gonna get on the brakes here. Okay, so that brake's nice and straight. That was from about 55 down to 25. I'm gonna get on it, kick down a gear. When I've just got it in drive, I'm not working the gear shift selector at all. Yeah, it's just cool, man. And I just love, you know, the visibility out of the back of these cars. It's just so great. It's so different than these new cars that we drive today. Well, there we go. Highway driving and some twisties. I'm just gonna have a look at the lights here, see what we get in the okay, so there are regular lights, fog lights, high beams, all the turn signals up front work. That's the test drive, 1982 Mercedes-Benz 280E.